What's the matter, Poochie? What's the matter, Poop Poop? Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's Hey, Sandra. Thank you. It was supposed to have been wash day yesterday, and I didn't wash it. So wash day is today. That's why it's just out, out there. I kind of picked it out. So I'm probably going to wash uh when I get off of this live. I'm probably going to do that and wash and condition and all that stuff that goes with having natural hair. I mean, everybody thinks having natural hair is so easy. Like, I really thought it was going to be super easy, but it's not. You got to wash, you got to condition, you got to, put the stuff in to make your curls come in. You got to, I have to, because my hair is really dry. So I have to use like a daily leave-in conditioner. That's the only thing that will soften my hair up to make it manageable to comb, because I am seriously 4C. Like, I legit have I thought my hair was a lot softer than it is, but it ain't. It's like legit hardcore 4C hair. So it takes a lot of maintenance because it's so dry. Like, I didn't realize how dry my hair was when I had dreads. Like, it just didn't seem like it was this dry, but it is. It's just dry. My hair just sucks up any type of moisture. It don't matter what it is. My hair just sucks it up. And like my friends were telling me, "Oh, you got to sleep in a bonnet. You can't just sleep." If I sleep with a bonnet, it's when I wake up the next morning, my hair is still drawn up to my head. Like, my hair has sucked out all the moisture. If I sleep in a bonnet, if I don't sleep in a bonnet, it just don't matter. My hair is just dry. I can moisturize my hair before I go to bed, put on a bonnet. I wake up the next morning, my hair is shrunk down to my head. Like, I always wake up and I have like this much hair. And I just have to start the process over every morning because my hair is long. But the shrinkage is real. It just shrinks down. So I just leave it alone. Hey, Dane, Joe, I'm almost sure you're still doing spells. I may need to hire you for one. I am still doing spells, but I don't post that online anymore. Yeah, my hair does grow pretty fast. It's just thick and dry. I love my natural hair. It is a lot, but it's the best thing I could have ever did. I don't know. I haven't gotten to the point where I can really say I love it yet. Um, I like it. I like it, but I haven't gotten to the point. Maybe it hasn't really gotten long enough for me to love it yet. I think when I can pull it back in a ponytail, a legit ponytail where all of the hair meets at one point, because now the back is still a little shorter than the top, and it don't meet. They haven't met each other yet. I think when they meet, when I can pull it all back in a ponytail, and don't have to wear an afro because I can do other things, I think I'll love it then. But I don't quite love it yet. I like it, but I'm not gonna lie and be like, I love my. No, I don't love it. I like her, but I don't quite love her. Yeah, it never looks dry. It don't look dry. It just is. It's just, I mean, I think this is just my natural hair texture. This is just how my hair is, because when I was younger, like when I was in my 20s and 30s, I started my dreads. Had to have been in my late 30s. Had to have been. Um, and before that, I was perming my hair. So I can't really say like what my natural hair texture was because I was perming it so much. So after I stopped perming, they cut the perm out for me to start my dreads. So I never went through this whole natural, just having an afro, just growing out my natural. I never went through that. My natural hair journey was with dreads. So I never went through this. This is something new. And you remember when I cut my dreads off, I kept cutting my hair. I kept it short because I was scared of this. I was scared of how I was going to deal with this. So when it would grow out, I would cut it back short because I felt like I can deal with short hair better than I can deal with this. And I just got to the point where I was like, no, I'm gonna let my hair grow. I'm just gonna let it grow out and let it do what it do. We gonna work it out. I mean, I liked my dreads. I mean, I loved my dreads, but they just got so long and so heavy that they were thinning my hair out. Like I had legit got to the point where I thought my hair was thin. I thought because the dreads were like pulling, especially like on the sides and stuff, I thought my hair was like super thin. My hair is not that thin. It's fine, but my hair is thick. So when I cut them dreads and my hair started growing, I was like, no, my hair is really thick. My hair ain't thin. Like I thought my hair was legit thin, but it was just that the dreads were so heavy because they were so long that they were pulling my hair and making it appear to be thin. So this where we at right now. This what we dealing with. When I wash my hair, I usually twist it, two strand twist, so I don't have to get up every morning and pick this out. So I do that. I got fake dreads. I was kind of thinking about getting some fake ones or getting my hair braided maybe for the summer. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm not opposed to it. I'm not. I not used to be. I used to think people that got fake dreads. I was like, they don't even. They won't even wear the dreads right. They won't even do it right. They out here with these fake dreads. They can't even grow. Yeah, I'll be talking about y'all like a dog. Okay, I would be out here talking about these fake dread wearing wannabes and everything. But now I'm like, let people do what they want to do. I don't care, child. If you want to wear fake dreads, I don't care. Wear your dreads. I do not care. I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, which was I wanted to grow my dreads until they touched my butt. And they did. And after that, I was just like, okay, this is too much. Hey, Demona, bonjour. This is too much. This is too much for me. And I got rid of them. It took me a minute to, because I cut them short first. And then one day I was just like, you know what? That's it. And I got rid of them. And, like I don't want them back. Like people have been asking me, do you want are you going to start your dreads back? Because every time people see me with two strand twists, they think that I'm trying to grow my dreads back or I'm about to dread again. And I'm not. So I just ordered these cards. These are the Super Attractor. Super Attractor by Gabrielle Bernstein. Where's the little So it is 52 affirmations to help you start manifesting limitless abundance today. Being a super attractor means that what you believe is what you receive. This stunning deck of cards helps you connect to the universe and live in alignment with spirit so that you can get in the flow of well-being and develop your own super attractor powers. Surrender to this awesome practice and watch the miracles unfold. So Gabrielle Bernstein is a number one New York Times best-selling author of The Universe Has Your Back. She has been featured on Oprah's Super Soul Sunday as a next generation thought leader and also has appeared regularly on the Dr. Oz show. I have no idea who she is. I just saw these cards and thought they looked interesting. So that's her. I still don't know who she is. I mean, she doesn't look familiar. And I don't think I've ever watched Oprah's Super Soul Sunday. I'm pretty sure I haven't. So I wouldn't know who she is. And I don't watch the Dr. Oz show. I haven't watched Dr. Oz in a long time. So it says in 2014, she co hosted the Guinness World Record largest group meditation with Deepak Chopra. That's just some information that, they give you in the cards. Y'all, have y'all been watching? Because you know that the psychics then come out, the spiritual people, I don't want to call them, I don't know what to call some of these people because the new age people make their own names up for themselves. So I don't know what some of these people consider themselves, but channelers and stuff like this have been coming out the woodwork, talking about Kevin Samuels and how he is doing now in the other realm. So he is supposed to not be happy. One of the psychics said that Kevin came to her and told her that is showing her documents and basically saying that people messing with his money and all of this kind of stuff. And I'm like, so we still worried about our money when we transition? We still out here worried about money? That don't seem right to me. I don't want to leave this earth. I don't want to leave here and still be concerned about money. That should be the least of your concerns. Like, why would Kevin Samuels be out here channeling a psychic and the only thing that he is worried about is money? I would think that would be the last of his concerns is, you know, what's going on with his money. And it's just interesting to me how because these people who claim to be, I guess, his associates or his work partners or people that he has done business with, they are breaking their necks trying to um clear up the smear campaign that is basically going on with him right now. Because, there are still a lot of people who didn't like him. And I don't think people's perceptions of you change just because you pass away. The opinions that they had of you while you are alive is the same opinions they're going to have of you after you are gone. That's my opinion. If I didn't like you when you were alive, just because you pass away, don't mean that I'm going to be like, oh, okay, I like him now, because he's not here. I don't like to see people just flat out disrespect people, but if they're telling the truth about you in your death, if they're telling the truth, they telling the truth. Hi, Montoria. So Sundrop says, I have a question about tarot. I'm not understanding. What is it that you're not understanding? And I'm not the end all to be all when it comes to tarot. I for one thing, you will rarely see me using tarot cards. These are oracle decks, and it is different. Tarot has a set of cards, the swords, the knives, the whatever, whatever, whatever. They have a set. And I don't no, I don't use those. I use oracle cards because they speak to me different. The tarot cards is too much to uh try to memorize in the deck, and I'm just not into all of that. So what is your question? I will try to answer before I just open up some cards for the rest of the week. Because sometimes when I get up, I'll just pull a card and kind of, see where I am in the day. Usually it'll, it may tell you some things that you need to concentrate on for the day, or just some things to put on your mind, to be a little bit more grateful, to be a little bit more joyful, to remember to send out your spirit guides before you go somewhere. If you're going to the doctor's office, you want to relax your body and put your mind in a state of healing. You don't want to go to the doctor's office saying that you're about to get I know he's about to give me some bad news, and oh, it's gonna be so bad. Oh, it's gonna be so many people here. Oh, I ain't gonna find a place to park. All of these things. And sometimes pulling a card will remind you to put your mind at ease, take a little time to meditate or to think good thoughts before you go into a situation. Like, you don't want to go into a court situation. You don't want to go to court thinking, I'm going to lose. You don't want to go there thinking that. You want to go there thinking that things are going to work out in my favor. I am blessed. I am highly favored. I am a child of God, a child of the King, whoever you consider yourself a child of. And if you acknowledge that there is a higher power, then you should not go into situations always thinking that you're going to lose, because you're not. Not to say that there are not any situations that we're going, because yeah, there are some situations that are not going to go into in our favor, but you don't want to go into the situation always thinking that you're going to lose. Now, there are some things that, happen that are supposed to happen, but I don't want you to, think that you don't want to have that losing mentality. You don't want to always think I'm going to lose, or my food is going to be nasty, or every time I go to Burger King, they mess up my order. Every time I go to Taco Bell, the food going to be nasty. Now, the food is going to be nasty when you go to Taco Bell. Stop going there. The food is gross. It's going to be nasty. I have made up in my mind that the food is nasty at Taco Bell, and it is nasty. But I don't think that has anything to do with me. I really think that has something to do with the food. The food is just gross. And every time I go there, the food is gross. No matter how I try to say, oh, it's going to be different this time. Like, I have stopped manifesting the pooping with Taco Bell. Taco Bell does not make me poop anymore. But it just doesn't taste good. No matter how I try to fix my mind, oh, it's going to be good. These tacos is going to be good. It's going to taste different this time. Every time it tastes the same. One thing they are is consistent with the fact that their food is trash. But if you go to a nice restaurant, you're going to go, you're not going to go into some place like Fleming's or, a nice steakhouse thinking, oh, this food is going to be gross. No, because your bill is going to be close to $200 if you're going to a nice steakhouse. So you're thinking this food is going to be bomb. It's going to be fire. Everything in here is going to be fire. That's how you have to start looking at your life. When I go to Starbucks, my Starbucks is going to be fire. It's going to be the best caramel frappuccino I have ever had in my life. It's going to taste good. And they're going to have that good lemon pound cake that I love, that I just eat the icing part and leave half the cake, because I don't never want the cake. I want the icing, that lemon icing stuff. That's the best stuff in the world. So you just have to look at your life and think that, everything I touch is going to be fire. Because if you have that doom and gloom mentality about your life, that's how your life is going to be. Your life is going to be doom and gloom, because that's the mentality that you have. That's the way you live your life. You live your life under an umbrella. So it's always going to be raining on you. And then you looking at other people and you mad at them because it's not raining on them, because that's not how they live their life. They don't live under an umbrella. They don't live under that doom and gloom. So they always happy and skipping down the street and stuff. So they're not tripping. But here you are, unhappy and sad, and it's raining on you, and your umbrella is up. And here I am smelling flowers, and me and Gizmo walking down the street, laughing and having a good time. And then you hating on me because my life is good. Well, you manifested that rain. You wanted to rain on you. So it's going to always rain on your parade. And my parade is going to be unicorns and sprinkles and rainbows and all the good food other than Taco Bell, because Taco Bell is trash. I'm not doing personal readings. These readings will not be personal. They are generic. If you want a personal reading, you have to book a session with me. These are not personal. These are just generic. If this touches your spirit, then it's for you, but it's not personal. What spirit are readers talking to when they say spirit is telling me? It depends. It depends on who the person is. It depends on, what they do. That's something that you have to ask them before they read for you. You know what you should know what who the person is. You shouldn't just be letting random people read for you anyway. You should know who the person is, or like myself. I am, of course, a Christian first. That is my foundation, is Christianity. And I practice African traditional religions. So when I read, sometimes it's the ancestors speaking. The ancestors do speak to me a lot. It could be the Holy Spirit. It just depends. And sometimes if I'm reading the oracle cards, it's me. It's me. I'm doing it. I have enough um experience. I have, I have graduated from metaphysical classes. So some of it is me. It just depends on what it is. It could be my interpretation of the cards. I don't know who Baron is. I don't know who Baron is. Yeah, it just depends on the person. Some people, will channel their ancestors. Some people, channel the Orisha or whatever when they're doing their readings. I read the cards. So it just depends on what the situation is. It depends on who the person is that's doing the reading. Sometimes you have to ask them. And if they don't feel comfortable telling you, um, who they're using, or what what is their background or whatever, then I wouldn't even want to deal with them. I wouldn't. Because I'm like you. I want to know what spirit you talking to. You could be talking to anybody. So yeah, I would want to know too. Which spirits are we dealing with here? So let's look at a few of these cards and see. These are brand new. Like brand new. I've never used these before. I haven't even broke these in. And these didn't come with a book. So they are really up to your interpretation, which is good. If you're first starting out, it's probably best to get some cards that come with a instruction book, and some cards that are really specific, like though I'm gonna show you guys these African goddess cards I have are very specific. So yeah, they come with a book. So let's see. Just one or two. Is it upside down? It says, when I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. And this is a good one because I sometimes struggle with patience. A lot of us struggle with patience. You want what you want right now. You don't want to sit and wait for it. And it says, when I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. Because sometimes we get in our own way. We're moving so fast that we actually mess things up for ourselves instead of sitting and waiting and allowing spirit to work things out for us. We will move ahead of spirit. There used to be a song that we sang when I was a young girl. If I hold my peace and let the Lord fight my battles, I know that the victory shall be mine. And holding my peace is keeping my mouth shut and waiting instead of running half cocked. Sometimes it's best to just sit back and wait and let God go before you and work situations out. And sometimes we have to be reminded. We have to be reminded. We have to be reminded of these positive traits that we need, and patience is definitely one of them. So if you pull a card and it speaks on patience, then obviously that is something that came up that needs to be worked out in your spirit. That is a word that you need to write down and keep reminding yourself of. I need to be patient in situations. I need to sometimes keep my mouth shut. Sometimes just wait. If people who you see people in road rage situations, if one of them would have just waited and been patient, just let the other person go. It's not even worth arguing with people and fighting with people. Just let the other person be right. But it's your ego that you can't get under control that will keep you from being patient because your ego is telling you, no, go do it. You can do it, go do it. Instead of you just waiting and allowing spirit to go before you and take care of that situation. You feel like, no, I have to do it. And sometimes when we put our hands on situations, we make them worse. So being reminded that when I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. Because there are things that we can't do. We have to just sit and wait and let God work it out. You know, when people are fighting, when I see people that get into actual physical confrontations with other people, it's because they have allowed their ego to push them to that point. Go ahead and do it. You can do that. Go hit her. Instead of waiting to see if that person will calm down, if you will calm down in that situation, taking 5 minutes to just calm yourself down, center yourself before you actually physically hurt another human being. Patience is so important in everything, in our relationships with our children, in our relationships with our pets, in our relationships with our significant others. It's very important. If you lack patience, your relationships are going to be horrible because you're always going to be going off half cocked because you're not patient. You don't give situations a chance and time to resolve themselves. Some things will resolve themselves in time, but you don't have the time to do that. So your situations get messed up. You say things before you think, And words hurt people. It's not always the physical, it's not always you punching someone or someone punching you. Your words can be just as hurtful. And that's because you didn't take time to think about what you were saying or to think about how you would hurt another person if you said so and so. Why do people want to hex people so quickly? Well, it's ego. They want to hurt you before you hurt them. That's your ego. That's the side of you that you haven't learned how to control. So that's what you resort to. You resort to wanting to hurt someone on a spiritual level. And some people would rather hurt you on a spiritual level than hurt you on a physical level. I'm not going to touch you physically because I can go to jail, but I can hurt you spiritually. And at least the law can't touch me. So that's another reason. Some people feel like, I can hurt you on that level. And there's no repercussion. Like I won't go to jail because I done threw a trick on your porch. But if I come to your house and slice your tires and you have a Ring camera in your yard and you take a picture of me, then I can get in trouble for vandalism or, whatever. But if I throw a chicken foot on your porch with your name on it, I can't go to jail for that. So, yeah, that's how some people, they feel like they would rather do that than do that. Your ego will push you to do some things. So now some people deserve that stuff. I've had people who have done things to me when I didn't do things to them, or when I've tried to talk to them and reason with them and they still disrespected me, then that's you asked for that. You asked for it. Now, a lot of things that I have done in the past that I have posted on this channel, a lot of those videos I have made private, but the people that were supposed to see it, they saw it. So I didn't really care if anybody else saw it. After I knew the person that it was meant for saw it, that was the most important thing. Right. What are they going to do? Unless you legit do something crazy. Now, there are some circumstances where you can get in trouble. You make some sacrifices that, or there are some things that are against the law. So even in that, you still have to use common sense. You can't just be you can't just be out here doing anything. Okay? But there are some things you can do and get away with. So, um yeah, I don't know who Baron. I don't know who Baron is. Well, I mean, I don't think you're going downtown, but you may get a fine. You may get a fine for it. They can probably write you a ticket because I've seen whole entire setups. People have left everything for the person. I've seen people post videos. One particular lady, I guess she came to work one morning and somebody had posted like a whole plate with a lot of stuff and some Legua, and it was just a lot of stuff going on, like black charcoal. It was a lot of stuff going on where clearly you could tell that this person practiced some form of Ifa or Santeria, Apollo, or something. And so though it was right in front of the woman's door, the door of her job. And she posted it on social media, and people was like, "Girl," they was like, "Girl, don't go in there. Don't go in there, girl. Don't go to work. Somebody just set a trap for you," and all kind of stuff. They were like, "Don't cross that door," because the person had, sprinkled brick dust. It was a lot. Like this, whoever did that, they knew what they were doing. It just wasn't some random person who had, nah, this was legit. This was somebody that really knew what they was doing. And so people were telling her, don't cross it, don't step over it, don't step on it. And it was other people in the comments who practice, and they were telling her, don't step on it, make sure you don't step on it, or anything. And she was just like, well, how am I going to get it away from my door? And so I guess the janitor finally, for the place where she worked, the janitor finally came and he cleaned it up for her, or whatever. Because I guess she went in the back door because she was scared to go in the front door. But people in the comments were saying whoever did that is really mad at you. Girl, what did you do? Because you done made somebody super mad. Like they wasn't mad a little bit. They was super mad. And people were like, "What did you do? Who you done did something?" Because don't nobody just do that, all of that for nothing. Ain't nobody just gonna go through all of that. Just pick you out of random and go through all of that. No, you done did something to somebody. You done pissed off the wrong person. The person that you pissed off is really pissed off at you. And they left a calling card for you. So yeah, that's why you have to be careful when you just mess with random people. Leave people alone. There was a grandma who threatened witchcraft on an officer if the charges weren't dropped. Uh, yeah, if I was the police, I would be like, all right, well, do what you do then. I try to make it more discreet, put it under your porch so you can't even see it. No, I want you to see it. I want you to see it. I want the person that it's for to see it. I'm just like that person. I want you to see it. And I want you to know, I'm eventually going to let you know that it came from me. After you clean it up or whatever, I'm going to let you know that came from me. That was me, girl. Because I remember one time this woman, like, I was in a group and this woman said some really out of pocket stuff to me. And I was like, oh, okay. So for the next 10 days, me and you going to be best friends. And she thought I was playing with her. She was like, yeah, we'll all be your best friend. You old ugly snackatoo for blood. And every day, I was sending her a candle. I was sending her like pictures of candles, and I had a whole nice setup for her. By day 3, she was begging me, begging me to stop. Please stop. I didn't know. I really wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. I wasn't trying to. Okay. I'm not trying to hurt yours either. Be careful who you talk to. You don't have a clue as to who some people are and to what length they will go. So, day 5, I let up off her. because she was legit begging. She didn't know what it was. She didn't know how far I was going to go. She was like, I will apologize to you in front of the group. I will, whatever you want me to do. Okay, okay. All right. So leave people alone. Leave people alone. That's what you do. Like, don't bother people. And then they will have no reason to do anything to you. But yeah, if I want to get your attention, I'm not gonna hide it from you. I'm gonna put it out where you can see it. You don't know. You will definitely know. So the next one is to begin the practice of allowing. I must get out of the way and let spirit give me direction. Whoo, that is deep. Get out of your own way. A lot of us, that is our problem. We sabotage our own selves because we are in our own way. We are our own worst critic. We are. No, you can't do that, girl. Oh, nobody's gonna like your hair like that. Oh, you shouldn't do that. No, you should just wear a wig today because no one's gonna feel your afro. Oh no, don't start that small business. No one's gonna buy those candles. And the spirit is trying to tell you, no, girl, start your business, make these candles, do this, sell this, go here, go on Instagram, do this, make it on Facebook, do that. And your ego, the other part of your ego is like, no, don't do that, girl. Ain't nobody gonna buy that shit. Don't nobody want that. It's already too many people out there selling candles. No one's gonna buy yours. Girl, nobody's wearing afros no more. Comb your hair. Put your wig on. You got like 50 wigs. Don't leave the house without your wig, girl. You're gonna look crazy. When spirit is trying to tell you you are beautiful, your afro is gorgeous. People are going to love your hair, but no, you get in the way and be like, no, they're not. Everybody hates me. They're gonna hate my hair. It's nappy. It looks funny. No one's wearing afros. My hair has to be straight. If my hair is not straight, they're not gonna accept me. And spirit is constantly telling you how beautiful you are, how smart you are, how successful your business will be, but you get in your own way and tell yourself, I'm not going to be able to do it. No one's going to buy this because somebody else is already doing it. Okay. It's thousands of candle makers out here, but we're all different. We're all doing different things. There are tons of people out here who, read tarot cards or oracle cards or whatever, but they're not me. They're not me. And there are some people who are attracted to me. Maybe some people will be attracted to Becky. Maybe Becky is more aesthetically pleasing than I am. Well, the people that are attracted to me will come to me. What's for me will come to me. I'm not just going to say, oh, well, no one's going to come to me. Since I have been on social media, the one thing that people tell me is, I'm too old. Why are you still doing social media as old as you are? And if I listen to people tell me that I can't do certain things because of my age, I would just be sitting at home bored to death. But no, I'm not going to do that because spirit is constantly telling me, you have wisdom. People need you. Keep going. And as long as I'm hearing that, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep being on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Even my grandkids be like, Granny, what are you doing on TikTok? whatever I want to do. TikTok does not have an age limit. And if I want to be on TikTok singing or talking to Gizmo or what now I haven't got up enough nerve to dance yet. But I'm that's next because I can't dance, but I'm gonna try. So get out of your way. Get out of your own way. And be out there doing things like spirit is constantly telling us, like we all have a purpose in this world. We all have purpose. One thing that um I have noticed about this whole Kevin Samuels situation is he did give men purpose. Some men, a lot of men were saying some of the advice that Kevin gave, their own fathers did not give them. They didn't receive some of that advice from their dad. Now, some of the things you had to really listen to Kevin Samuels deep down, deep, deep down inside, I think was a good person. I really do. I really think deep, deep down inside he was a good person. But I think what happened was salacious sales. Salacious gets you views. If you out here talking crazy and talking about women and degrading women and talking outside of your neck, you're going to get views. And I think he realized that and he was just riding that train. Because at first, when Kevin Samuels was just talking to men, really trying to put men up on game, he wasn't getting any views. But then when he switched his strategy to women, we made him famous. We made him famous. So I really do believe that, he was a good guy. He just got caught up in, being salacious. And, when he was, and he saw what that money looked like on YouTube, and people started following him, and he started getting millions of followers, he just kept going with that. But really, that was just an act for him, I believe. But if some men did look at him and see some of the good things, like him telling men to dress nicely when you go out, always have at least one nice suit in your closet, to wear nice cologne and wear nice watches and stuff, get a nice pair of shoes. You can't put on a pair of Jordans with a nice suit. Some of those things men don't hear from their dads. They don't get that from their father. I remember my son at one point, I'm trying to remember. I think a guy that I was dating, or was it my husband that I'm with now, had to teach my son how to tie a tie. He didn't get that from his father. His dad didn't teach him how to shave. Like he had to learn how to shave on his own. Only my youngest son shaves. My oldest son doesn't really we don't grow a whole lot of hair like on our face and well, of course, I don't grow any. Well, I do have one little chin hair, and that started happening when I went through menopause. But my boys don't grow like full beards. They have little scraggly mustaches, but their beards don't come in full. They're still in their early 30s. Who knows what may happen later? But their dad had facial hair problems. So he didn't grow a lot of facial hair. So a lot of things, if men are not taught, they don't know about. And so I guess when Kevin was first doing his YouTube, he was talking to men and he was putting men up on game on some of the things that, they need to be professional. So I'm not going to say that he was a bad person. I think he just got caught up in the money and it was good and he just kept going. And women just didn't like it. So the next card is, when I merge my desire with faith, I can take action from a place of peace rather than control. When I merge my desire with faith, when I add faith to a situation, okay? Faith is knowing that something is going to happen even before it happens, even before I see it come into fruition. Faith is walking into a room and sitting in a chair knowing it's going to hold your weight. You had so much faith in that chair that you didn't even flip the chair over to see if it had a weight restriction or anything. You just had faith that that chair would hold you. That's how you have to be with your desires. That's how you have to be with things that you want. You know it's going to come true. You know it's going to happen because I have faith in God. He has already told me that he's going to give me the desires of my heart. That's where your faith comes in. And it says, I can take action from a place of peace. I know it's going to happen. I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to sit back and wait. And you see how all of these cards for today lined up: patience, direction, and faith. They all line up. All of these things that are so important to have: patience, direction. You're not just running around like a chicken with his head cut off. I don't know if any of you have ever seen that happen, but sometimes when a chicken is slaughtered, they will cut the head off and the body is still moving. A chicken with his head cut off, just running around. And that's how some of us are. We just we just all over the place because we don't have any direction. We don't have any patience to just sit back and assess situations. We just go into the situation blind, just running around like a chicken with his head cut off. We don't have any direction. We don't have any patience. And we don't have any faith, because if you had faith, you wouldn't have did that. You would have just sat back and waited for your turn. The spirit will let you know when it's time for you to go. Just like they say, oh, how much seasoning do you put in something? Or, I don't cook from a cookbook. I just season until the ancestors tell me to stop. That's how you have to be in your life. You have to be still until the ancestors or spirit tell, okay, sweetheart, go now. And when they tell you to go, you have to have enough faith in yourself and faith in spirit to be like, okay, it's my turn. You can't just sit there after them whispered in your ear and told you to go. No, I'm not ready yet. Girl, go. No, not yet. Go, girl. No, I'm not ready yet. Then you miss out. So you got to have faith, you got to have direction, and you got to have patience. All three of those things: faith, direction, and patience. That's a whole sermon right there. I could preach off of that. I could legit preach off of that. Patience, direction, and faith. That's it. We ain't going no further. That's enough for y'all to digest. That is enough for you to digest. Patience, direction, and faith. You got those three things. My mama used to say, you cooking with grease. You cooking, okay? You are cooking with grease. So that's it, y'all. I am available for complete personal readings. I just do not like to do those online anymore. If someone wants me to just pull one card for you, no questions asked, I will do that, but I'm not going to go into detail with you like this. If you want a reading from me, you will have to let me put my email in here. None of my moderators are here today, which I'm kind of surprised. I can't spell. Okay. Um, if you want a personal reading, you can email me and set up a date and time, and I will do that. If you are a member of the channel does give you perks. If you are a member of the channel, you do get uh one free reading a month. It depends on which tier for the channel that you have. I think the lowest tier is you get a one card. And I think the lowest tier is you just get a shout out. And I think the second one is you get a one card reading a month. And I think the highest tier is you get a complete reading, FaceTime reading with me uh every month, where if you're having issues, we can sit down and try to work those things out spiritually. So if you want to become a member of the channel, those are some of the perks. And if you are one of those type of people that do like to have a reading done, or like to have cards pulled for you every month, then, go ahead and be a member of the channel. Or you can just hit me up and be like, hey, can you pull a card for me today or whatever? And you can send me the money through PayPal or something, and I will get that to you. So that's that for today. I appreciate you guys. The word for today is patience, direction, and faith. Get those in your spirit. That's the thing about being spiritual. You get to a point where you realize, if I'm going to want to read about all of these theories, or I want to read about manifestation and, bringing things to me, then you just going to read about it. You ain't going to practice it. You're not going to put it in your daily living. You're not going to do some of these things to help yourself spiritually. You're just going to sit around and talk to spiritual people, or, I'm just going to watch other spiritual people and never practice that in my own life. Then why are you watching other people? Why are you watching other people if you don't want that healing for yourself? If you don't want to do those things, why are you watching other people? Just to be watching them? It's just like a show for you, watching other people do spells. It's like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but oh, I can never do it, girl. Yeah, you can. Your life can be just as positive as you see other people's, but you have to bring it to you. You are no different. I'm no different than you. The only difference is I have worked some of these concepts. I have put some of this work into, I made it happen. And some of that comes with, time and wisdom and understanding. And I know a lot of you are just getting on your spiritual journey, but you want to make sure that you're starting your spiritual journey correctly. You're not starting it as a lazy person. You're starting it knowing that I have to put in some work. So I was taught against it also, sweetheart. I was a real Christian, Baptist. I was taught that everything that wasn't Jesus was bad. And then I realized it wasn't. I still believe in Christianity is still my foundation, but there are other things. The Bible even speaks of crystals and incense, and all of this stuff is in the Bible. Herbs, everything. If it's on the planet that we live on, then it had to have been created by God, right? If heaven, the gates of heaven are adorned with crystals. Let me see if I can find that scripture. Okay, so the 12 sacred gemstones of Revelations are jasper, sapphire, emerald, chalcedony. I'm not sure which one that is. Sardonyx, sardius, Sisorelite, beryl, topaz, jacinth, and amethyst. Many are there. Many also believe that there is a clear association between the 12 apostles and the 12 gems from the walls of Jerusalem. So, if these crystals are important enough to be on the gates of heaven, wouldn't they be powerful for us to use as humans? The gates of heaven. Read Revelations. It's going to list all the gems, the biblical gems, precious stones in the Bible. All you got to do is look it up. And if you just want to start using those, use those. Get the energy of those. You know that they have to be positive if they using them in the Bible. That's how I started. Sundrop says some of us are still in the broom closet. Girl, you better come out the closet. Everybody that came out the closet. Everybody is out, girl. We all out. You need to come outside. We all out. Open that door and come on out, girl. I'm not telling you you got to, go get a broom and be all outside in your front yard trying to jump on the broom and fly. I'm not telling you to do that because I'm not doing that. But if there are things that you are interested in, do your research, sweetheart. You're not going to hell. Don't let them people make you believe that you're going to hell just because you're attracted to crystals, or you want to do something outside of traditional Christianity, because all this shit is man-made anyway. The Bible was written by a whole bunch of white men, and it has been revised a cajillion times. So, girl, if you want to do something, live your life. Don't live your life in fear of what's going to happen to you. You're not going to hell just because you want to go buy a crystal. You're not hurting anybody. You're not hurting yourself. You're not hurting anyone just because you're interested in crystals. So come out the closet, sweetheart. It's so dark and dank in there. Don't live your life hiding from other people because of conditioning that we went through. I was there too. I was that person for a long time, all of my 20s. So I know what it's like, but I'm not gonna go back into anybody's closet. Hey Naya, did I say hey? Hey y'all. I'm not going in anybody's closet. So do your research. If you want to look, if you're interested in crystals, look, Revelations, they all in there, girl. They tell you all about them. Where they at in Jerusalem and everything. So I love crystals. I have always been attracted to them. And I feel like, and what's crazy is when I say always been attracted to them, I've been attracted to them since I was a little kid. My friend's mother had a jade necklace very similar to this one. And at first, I didn't know what it was. And I had asked my friend, like, what is that necklace that your mom always has on? And like, she didn't know either. And she asked her mom, and her mother was like, oh, it's jade. It's, and she told me like the meaning of it. And, it was a stone and it was this and it was that. And right then something clicked in me. And I could not have been more than 8 or 9 years old. And when I turned maybe 10 or 11 or something, my her mom told my mom that I liked it, and my mother got it for me. I'm gonna see if I have that picture in my phone. My mom got it. Her mom got one for me, and my mom paid her, and then my mom gave it to me for my birthday. And I wore that jade for years. Years. And it looked very similar to this. It was like this size. This is a piece of labradorite. It was this size, but it was a piece of jade. I wanted a jade bracelet, but I've always had like really big um hands for a woman, so the bracelets like didn't fit me. But I've always been um attracted to stones. And then my first husband, he was like really into crystals and stuff, and that was how I really started um getting into quartz and amethyst, and just, that just really opened up my third eye, basically. So um if you're into something, do your research. Find out what it is, start small, buy you a couple of crystals, you know, see that once you bring them in your house, you're not automatically gonna go to hell. You're going to be fine. I can't find that picture. I need to put my pictures in like albums in my phone, because I have so how do I get all these damn pictures? I know somebody had sent me a picture of me. Um, one of my friends had sent me this picture of me when I was a teenager, because we went to the same church. And that's what I was looking for. I know it's in here somewhere, child. If I find it, I'll post it on my community wall. Because I basically look the same back then than I do now. I know it's up in here somewhere. Because you know how you didn't look through 1,000 pictures and you just and you just keep going like I can't stop, because I know it's probably like right here somewhere. God. Oh, here it is. I was probably about 16, but that's it. I had that jade necklace, and I think the other thing was a piece of opal or something. But yeah, so I've had crystals or been attracted to them at a very young age. Very young. This is me. That's me. Why do we look like a bunch of old people? But the blue and white suit, that's me. I was probably about six, 16, and we at church. We all look like a bunch of old ladies, and we are like 15, 16, 14 years old with these old lady dress suits on. But you couldn't tell us nothing. We was church down. Okay, I'm trying to see, is that I was trying to see, was that my husband's sister? But no, that's not her. We was church down. We were church kids. I was truly a church girl. So it can happen for, because if it happened for me, you know, if my um spirituality, if I was able to broaden myself spiritually, I think anybody can, because I was a serious church girl. And I think that I have really opened myself up spiritually, and it has, really helped me tremendously. So if that's what if that's what you are looking to do, then do that, girl. Come out that closet. Do your research. Come out that closet and be happy. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Maybe we will do the Goddess Rising deck. tomorrow, which is all African uh deities. So this is everybody. Oshun or Yah, Yemi Yah. Let's see who all is in here. Yeah, all kind of people. I mean, people that I've never even heard of. So it looks like Orishas, Loa, Voodoo, everything. So Marie Laveau is in here. Yeah, so the Seven Sisters. There's a lot going on. So maybe we'll do these tomorrow. So thank you guys for being here with me. And I hope to see you all tomorrow. I love you guys. Bye. Gizmo said bye too, because he looked around like, what is she saying?